Grief isn't just what happens when someone leaves your life. It's what happens when anything meaningful ends: a job, a relationship, a dream, or the version of yourself you no longer are. If you've been feeling heavy without knowing why, this episode is for you.
Hi, I'm Kai. Welcome to episode 13 of Healing and Emotional Recovery.
Grief shows up in everyday life in ways we rarely talk about. You can grieve the job you loved, the relationship that ended, the city you left, the stability you lost, the dream that didn't happen, the opportunity that slipped away, the routine that changed, the motivation you used to have, or the person you used to be. Across America, in Seattle apartments, in New York offices, on Chicago trains, and in Austin neighborhoods, people walk around carrying grief that nobody sees. Today, we're going to talk about everyday grief and how to move through it with compassion and clarity. So, what is grief? Really, beyond the loss of a person. At its core, grief is love looking for direction. It's your attachment adjusting to change, your heart reacting to endings. It's your identity shifting, your nervous system recalibrating, and your brain releasing old expectations. Grief is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign you've cared deeply about something. It's a testament to the meaning something held in your life. I remember this moment in Austin a few years ago. I was walking past a coffee shop near my old apartment. Everything inside looked exactly the same. The soft lights, the familiar tables, the comforting smell of roasted beans, but I wasn't the same person who used to sit there. In that instant, a wave of grief washed over me. It wasn't for a person I had lost, but for the version of myself that used to sit in that cafe, full of plans and ideas that had since passed. And I realized something profound. You can grieve the person you used to be just as much as you grieve the people you've lost. To help you heal, it's useful to understand the different forms this everyday grief can take. Let's talk about 4 main types. The first is grief of identity. This is when you lose a version of yourself, your motivation, your hope, your confidence, your youth, or your sense of direction. It's the feeling of looking in the mirror and not recognizing the person staring back, or missing the energy you once had. The second is grief of circumstance. These are the changes you didn't expect or ask for, like moving to a new city and leaving a community behind, losing a job you relied on, or having to shift careers unexpectedly. It's the grief that comes from life's sudden turns that disrupt your sense of stability. Third, we have grief of relationship. This isn't just about romantic breakups. It also includes friendships that fade away, growing apart from someone you were once close to, or the silence that now exists where constant connection used to be. It's the mourning of a bond that has changed or dissolved. And finally, there's the grief of dreams. This is for the plans that didn't work out, the timelines that shifted, and the expectations that dissolved into thin air. It's the heartache of letting go of a future you had imagined for yourself. Every single one of these types of grief is valid. Your feelings are real and deserve to be acknowledged. So why is this everyday grief so often hidden? Well, we often tell ourselves it feels too small. We don't want to burden others with what seems like a minor problem. We think we should be over it by now, especially if the loss wasn't a major life event. Sometimes, the people around us just don't understand, because from the outside, nothing dramatic has happened. Life keeps moving, so we feel pressured to keep moving with it, and in the process, we minimize our own pain. But grief doesn't ask for your permission to show up. It only asks for your acknowledgement. I had another realization about this while walking through New York City one late evening. I saw so many people on the subway, in the streets, exhausted, quiet, lost in their own thoughts. And it struck me with simple but profound clarity. Everyone is grieving something: a moment, a dream, a chance, a version of themselves they can no longer be. You are not alone in your grief, even when it feels completely silent and invisible to the outside world. So, how do we begin to heal? Let's walk through a gentle, emotionally balanced healing framework. The first step is to name the loss. Say it softly to yourself. I'm grieving this change, or I miss who I used to be. Simply naming it can bring an immediate sense of relief, because it validates your experience. The second step is to let the emotion exist without judgment. Sadness isn't a step backward. It's not regression. It is a necessary release. Allow yourself to feel it without telling yourself you shouldn't. Step 3 is to honor the meaning it had. Whatever it is, you lost a job, a friendship, a dream it mattered. Acknowledge that even if it ended, its significance in your life was real. Honoring the past helps you integrate it, rather than trying to erase it. Step 4 is to release the timeline you expected. So much of our grief comes from life not going according to the plan we had in our heads. Let that plan soften. Healing happens when we let go of our rigid expectations and open up to a new, unwritten path. Step 5 is to create space for the next version of you. Every ending, no matter how painful, creates emotional room for a new beginning. It clears the way for a new chapter, a new identity, a new dream to take root. And finally, step 6. Lean on supportive connection. This could be a trusted friend, a heartfelt conversation, or just a simple moment of honesty with someone who makes you feel safe. Healing always deepens in connection with others. I remember one cold morning in Chicago. I was standing by the river, thinking about the end of a creative project I had poured my entire heart into 4 months. It wasn't a dramatic or tragic ending. It just ended, but it mattered to me, and the grief I felt was real. What helped me wasn't trying to move on or forget about it. It was acknowledging this ending shaped me. And now, I'm ready for the next chapter. As you move through this process, you'll start to notice signs that you're healing. Your chest might feel a little lighter. You'll stop replaying what should have happened over and over in your mind. You'll feel calmer when you encounter reminders of what you lost. You'll be able to accept the change with a sense of softness and peace. Your own identity will start to feel clearer again. You'll find yourself able to imagine the future, and joy will begin to return in small, unexpected moments. Healing doesn't erase the past, it integrates it into who you are now. Here's what you need to hear today. You are not being dramatic. You are not weak. You are not overreacting. You are grieving something that held meaning for you. Even if others don't notice it, even if no one else understands, even if the loss seems small on paper, your heart knows the truth of its weight, and you deserve time, softness, and compassion as you navigate the ending that has reshaped you. Grief is not the end of your story. It's the doorway to a new, emotional beginning. So for your action challenge today, I invite you to choose just one small thing. Name one thing you're grieving, even if just to yourself. Write one sentence honoring the meaning it had in your life. Breathe through one wave of sadness without pushing it away. Let go of one old timeline you were holding on to. Welcome one tiny moment of newness into your day. Or, if you feel ready, tell someone you trust how you're really feeling. Small, gentle steps are what heal big emotions. If this episode brought you some comfort or gave you the language for what you're feeling, please consider sharing it with someone you know who is also going through a change. And if you're ready to continue this healing journey with clarity, softness, and emotional strength, subscribe to our channel. This was episode 13 of Healing and Emotional Recovery. Hit subscribe, turn on your notifications, and continue walking with me, Kai, as we learn to honor endings and embrace new beginnings. Remember, grief means something mattered, and so do you. Thank you for listening.